Hey guys, so before I start, let me apologize in advance if you're hearing noise in the background because my neighbors are getting up to shenanigans today. It's one of those Trini mornings when the neighbors been a little extra in the morning. um, that's it. I was thinking about it, and Ouija Origins, I think that's what it's called, Origin of Evil, Terminator 2, and Gremlins 2, which I argue, in my humble opinion, is better than the first Gremlins movie. For me, these are all examples of sequels that are superior to the originals. And we have a new one to add to that, and it's gonna be this one, Bone Temple, 28 years later. Listen, guys, I think I said it last week. I was talking about how I was making a choice between this and Greenland to go and see in theaters because, and I went to Greenland because of the fact that, or Greenland 2, because of the fact that 28 years later, the first movie, it disappointed me. It's not a bad film by any stretch, but it just wasn't what I went in looking for. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you have a favorite artist and you love their stuff, and then they drop a new album and it's different. It's different, but it's not what you're used to getting from them. And that's what happened when Danny Boyle brought 28 years later my way. So I was like, I don't think I want to go and see the Bone Temple, but then I was hearing such amazing things. And then, of course, this one is directed by Nia DaCosta, right? And I really liked what she did with Candyman. I know some people didn't. I did. So I was like, okay, I'm hearing good things. Let me see what this is. And you know what, people? This movie is, wow. It's really good. I did not expect that. The first 28 years later, it feels like it's trying to do too much. It's trying to be smarter than it needs to be. It's trying to be more stylish and stuff than it needs to be. Here's the thing. At its core, 28 days later, it's a zombie apocalypse movie, and we enjoyed because it's one of those that was very, very stripped down, bare bones. We have this person trying to survive this event, and they meet some people along the way. And yes, there is a message there about humanity, as there is in all zombie films, but it wasn't overly preachy. Whereas 28 years later felt like it was trying to be more than it needed to be. Now we have Bone Temple. And here's the funny thing. Bone Temple also has a lot to say. If you just taking a look at the way the Jimmies are presented to us. The Jimmies, of course, being this evil group led by Jack O'Connell's Sir Jimmy Crystal. They're all dressed. Now, they're supposed to be like Teletubbies. I know that's what people are saying. But if you know about the infamous Jimmy Savile, I think was his name. He was a British child, one of those like children loved him type of thing. Think if SpongeBob was human, except this SpongeBob was a predator in like the worst way you could possibly imagine. So it's such, the movie, without bashing you over the head with it, starts off by making you very uncomfortable, having them look like this person. But it's also trying to say something about, innocence corrupted, and we accepting things on the surface, because that's what Jimmy, this character played by so well by Jack O'Connell, is. He's messed up in that way. He's one of those who likes to control and manipulate people. He's basically a cult leader. And that's just one example. I won't go into it too much. But the movie does have something to say, and it says a lot, and it has these really trippy visuals and everything. And you could argue that the previous one had that as well, but this one, I argue, did it better. The visuals were sharper, the pacing was tighter, the action was pulse pounding, the gore and everything was so visceral, so in your face and unapologetic. I think I loved everything about this movie, right? The actor who played the Alpha, Lewis Louis Chipari. I have to look up his name. I'm so sorry. I was looking up his filmography because he did such an amazing job with a character that barely speaks. You know, there's grunts and groans, and yet he nails this character so well. And of course, Ralph Fiennes, the great Ralph Fiennes, and what he does. And so it's the acting, it's the pacing, it's the score, it's everything. It's such a fantastic blend of all the elements that make the 28 days and weeks and even years movies work, all amalgamated into one with Nia's signature touches to it. And I think she knocks it out of the park. I hope Danny Boyle is proud of what she did, because I think she makes, now I want a third film. You know, now I want to see how this goes. And it's so sad to me that the weakness of 28 Years Later has affected, like it did me. People are not going out to see this one. So stream it, screen it, stream it, skip it. I say screen this one, absolutely. Give it your money. It's worth seeing and then some. This is so good. I sat there when it was done and I kept asking myself, what about it I didn't like? And honestly, there's not much about it I didn't like at all. There may be some slow bits here and there. There's a part here, a subplot that basically is just to show us how messed up the Jimmys are. But the characters in that, they don't really get any and they're just there to be cannon fodder, honestly. But outside of that, listen, and then the ending and what that reveals, I am stoked for where this goes. I want more of this if Nia is behind the lens. So definitely, if you're looking for something to watch this weekend in cinemas, it's still showing. Please, definitely check out this Bone Temple. And I did not mean for that to sound as gross as it did.